my name is Sonia Barrett. I am here from Germany. I'm standing here in the gallery and this is my work. I created this work as part of Out in the Open, Philadelphia, 2010. It's the first time that exhibition is happening. I worked on these pieces out in the open with the organization called Babashi. It's a community health organization that deals specifically with HIV and AIDS. I invited members of the organization and clients of the organization to come to the park and sketch them over 3 days. I started to put them into my work. These are actually tablecloths. This is my grandmother's tablecloth. This is from Kingston, Jamaica, and this one is from Toronto in Canada. All the people pictured are working for the organization Babashi or clients of the organization. I started to collage in images of the HIV virus without labels, show how confusing and how frightening that can be. Here's also HIV life cycle. When I knew I wanted to work with these pieces of tablecloth, and when I was thinking about it, I thought about my grandmother's house. She protected everything in her house. She had plastic tablecloths on her table. She had plastic runners on the floor. Some furniture items were even shrink wrapped. And it seemed a bittersweet irony that in our community we protect our homes and our interiors so very well, but in our relationships we're not using protection, which is leading HIV/AIDS to be such a major issue in the black community and actually across the African diaspora. So I thought it would be good to bring these two ideas together, so I created these pieces on tablecloths. Sometimes the flowers are protected, but not adequately, and sometimes they're not protected at all. I also worked pieces into the tablecloth of things that were on the table, things that were on my grandmother's table, like the carnation milk. And over here we have the plantain, that was always on the table too. Some people brought food to the park. Whenever they brought a dish, I would do a circle around that dish. And that's why there are circles in the work too. It was a very emotional 3 days, listening to the stories of people who have infection. Some of the people are not disclosing their status, and that's why some of the people here are hiding behind the pattern of the flowers, because they're afraid to declare their status in our community, which means there's perhaps a lack of love in our community to embrace these people who have these issues, which was very sad. It was also very emotional to hear from the lady who confessed that she hadn't hugged her daughter for 2 years after finding out that she was infected, because she thought she could pass the infection on to her daughter through bodily contact. When she went to Babashi, they explained to her that was not possible, and she then was able to hug her daughter, and this is that lady here with her daughter. These pieces were really emotional and hard to make. These tablecloths for me are associated with a lot of good times and family meals. But when I was talking to the people who have HIV infection or full-blown AIDS, they didn't have a place at the table anymore in their family, so they weren't taking part in those family meals, or because they were just hiding their status, they were unable to keep their medication refrigerated in their family home, which meant their medication was not as effective as it should be, and some people were getting sick because of that. So the secrecy and was kind of distressing to find out about. I created 3 tablecloths. I have 2 to show here. Because we were out in the open, people, I think, felt freer to talk about their situations. I collaged some of the images of the trees there and here, also into the work to represent that. This tablecloth is actually torn and it represents an inadequate protection, and also are not giving everyone a place at our table anymore. My name is Sonia Elizabeth Barrett, and my website is www.sebarrett.com.